The Jeep Recon represents Jeep's bold leap into the fully electric era while keeping the brand's legendary off-road spirit intact. Inspired heavily by the Wrangler but built from the ground up as a battery electric vehicle, the Recon rides on Stellantis' STLA Large platform, engineered to deliver strong performance both on rugged trails and on paved roads. Jeep has designed it with a distinctive blend of adventure and modern technology, featuring removable doors, a one-touch power top, and easily detachable glass panels to preserve the open-air freedom that has defined Jeep's character for decades. This SUV will be trail-rated, meaning it's equipped to tackle some of the harshest conditions, with hardware such as electronic locking differentials, e-lockers, select terrain traction management, underbody skid plates, aggressive off-road tires, and tow hooks. Jeep even claims it can conquer the Rubicon Trail and still have enough charge left to drive back, an ambitious statement that underlines its off-road prowess. Power is expected to reach up to 600 horsepower on higher trims, giving the Recon more than enough muscle for both climbing steep rocks and overtaking on highways. Range estimates hover around 300+ miles in real-world EPA ratings, possibly more under ideal conditions, and charging is expected to support rapid DC fast charging for quick turnarounds on road trips. Inside, the cabin will blend ruggedness with sophistication, using durable yet premium materials, the latest Uconnect infotainment system, and integrated digital trail guides to assist adventurers in planning and navigating their routes. Trim levels are rumored to include an entry-level Sport Willys, a more comfort-focused Overland, and a hardcore off-road Moab edition, catering to different buyer priorities. Production is set to begin in early 2025 at Jeep's Toluca, Mexico plant, with U.S. availability expected in late 2025 as a 2026 model year vehicle. Pricing is anticipated to start around $60,000 and could climb towards $79,000 for top trims, placing it in competition with high-end electric SUVs like the Rivian R1S and Land Rover Defender EV. While Jeep has not officially confirmed all technical specs, the Recon's combination of zero-emissions driving, true off-road capabilities, and heritage-inspired design has already positioned it as one of the most exciting electric SUVs on the horizon. Out in the wide open, where dirt trails meet the horizon and the wind carries the scent of pine and dust, a new legend is quietly preparing to roll into the wild. Its name, the Jeep Recon. At first glance, it feels like a distant cousin of the Wrangler, a machine born to embrace the open air, with its doors and glass panels removable at a moment's notice, and a power top that slides away to let the sky in. But under that rugged skin beats something entirely new, a fully electric heart, one that hums with up to 600 horsepower and a promise of more than 300 miles of range. It's built on Stellantis' STLA Large platform, a foundation designed for power, stability, and comfort, yet tuned for the untamed. Jeep didn't just make it look tough, they gave it the hardware to prove it, locking differentials for crawling over rock, select terrain modes for mastering snow, sand, and mud, thick underbody protection to take the hits you don't see coming, and tires ready to claw at the earth. They even dared to say it could conquer the infamous Rubicon Trail and still have the juice to drive back to camp. Inside, it's part expedition base, part modern lounge, with durable materials that can take a beating, a Uconnect system ready to guide you across deserts or through mountain passes, and digital trail maps to lead the way when GPS signals fade. As production begins in early 2025 in Toluca, Mexico, and the first deliveries arrive late that year, the Recon will mark a milestone for Jeep, proof that zero-emission vehicles can still be 100% adventure. And when you see it cresting a ridge at sunset, silent except for the crunch of gravel beneath its tires, you'll know the electric age hasn't tamed the wild, it's simply given it a new soundtrack. The sun is barely breaking over the horizon when a shadow moves across the desert floor. It's not the roar of an engine that announces it, it's a low, almost otherworldly hum. This is not your typical off-roader. This is the Jeep Recon, the next chapter in Jeep's 80-year legacy of building vehicles that go where others dare not. Today, we're diving deep into the story of how Jeep is bringing its trail-rated DNA into the age of electric mobility, without losing an ounce of adventure. History and heritage 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock. To understand the Recon, we first need to go back, way back, to the origins of Jeep in World War II. The original Willys MB wasn't built for comfort, it was built to endure mud, rivers, and battlefields. Over decades, that DNA evolved into icons like the CJ Series, the Cherokee, and of course, the Wrangler, vehicles that could tackle the Rubicon Trail long before Instagram made it a badge of honor. The Recon is more than an EV, it's Jeep's way of saying the spirit of those early explorers isn't fading. It's being recharged, literally. Design philosophy 8 o'clock to 1500. Look at it from the front and you'll see the familiar Jeep 7-slot grille, except this time, it's sealed for better aerodynamics. Flared fenders, muscular stance, and high ground clearance all scream off-road, but the lines are smoother, the surface is more sculpted, because efficiency matters when every mile of range counts. The Recon embraces open-air freedom with removable doors, a power-retractable top, and glass you can take out in minutes. It's a nod to the Wrangler's playbook, but the execution is more refined, less brute force, more precision. Under the skin 1525, the Recon sits on Stellantis' new STLA Large platform, a modular electric architecture designed for SUVs and performance cars alike. Underneath, a fully independent suspension improves road comfort without sacrificing trail capability. The battery pack, expected to deliver over 300 miles of real-world range, is mounted low for stability and wrapped in armor to withstand rock hits. Power. Reports suggest up to 600 horsepower, translating to instant torque at every wheel, a massive advantage for rock crawling where you need controlled, immediate power delivery. Off-road hardware includes select terrain drive modes, electronic locking front and rear differentials, underbody skid plates, tow hooks, and 33-inch off-road tires. Jeep says it's Rubicon ready, and that means water fording, articulation, and hill climbing are not afterthoughts. Inside the cabin 25003200. Step inside and the vibe is Adventure Lounge. Durable but upscale materials line the cabin. The Uconnect system dominates the dash with crisp graphics and off-road data screens showing pitch, roll, battery range to the next trail exit, and more. Integrated trail maps allow you to navigate even when cell service vanishes. Storage compartments are waterproof. Controls are chunky enough to be used with gloves. Everything about the interior says, yes, you can get muddy here, but you'll be doing it in style. The market position 32003800. With a projected price starting around $60,000 and climbing towards $79,000 for top trims, the Recon will compete head-to-head with EV adventure rigs like the Rivian R1S, the upcoming electric Land Rover Defender, and high-spec versions of the Ford Bronco Lightning if it arrives. Jeep's edge, brand loyalty and a global off-road reputation that's hard to buy. And while many EVs focus on highway efficiency, the Recon is unapologetically trail-focused, an SUV that says, we'll get you to the mountain. And over it, the future 38004800. Jeep plans to build the Recon in Toluca, Mexico, with production starting in early 2025. First deliveries are expected late that year, making it a 2026 model year vehicle. The Recon is part of Jeep's larger electrification plan, which includes the Wagoneer S, a sleek electric luxury SUV, and future plug-in hybrids. If successful, the Recon could pave the way for a fully electric Wrangler, something that was once unthinkable. And for Jeep fans worldwide, it's a test. Can the silence of electric power replace the rumble of a gasoline V6 or V8 and still feel like Jeep? Jeep is betting the answer is yes. Closing 48005000. As the last light of day hits the Recon's flanks, dust swirling in the golden glow, it's clear this SUV isn't just about going green, it's about proving that adventure has no expiration date. Whether it's crawling over boulders in Moab, fording streams in the Rockies, or quietly cruising city streets, the Jeep Recon is ready. The wilderness is calling, and now, it's whispering. The 7-slot grille is still here, but now it's sealed for better aerodynamics. Fender flares and high ground clearance scream capability, while smooth panels whisper efficiency. And like its ancestors, the Recon invites the outdoors in, with removable doors, glass, and a power top that opens at the touch of a button. 152500 under the skin. B-roll, animated chassis render, battery pack, suspension in action, off-road crawling footage. Bow, greater than, underneath, the STLA Large platform is the backbone. Fully independent suspension balances comfort with off-road stability. Up to 600 horsepower flows instantly to the wheels, making the Recon a rock-crawling powerhouse. And with Jeep's trail-rated hardware, E-lockers, skid plates, select terrain modes, it's built to survive the Rubicon and drive home without a recharge. 25003200 inside the cabin. B-roll, interior shots, Uconnect screens, glove-friendly buttons, trail map display. Bow, greater than, inside, rugged meets refined. Uconnect dominates the dash, offering navigation even when the world goes offline. Waterproof storage, glove-friendly controls, and materials that can take a beating mean the Recon is ready for mud, sand, and snow, and